Fix what I couldn't see. Eating clean, playing my part. Still something breaking inside my heart. I was doing everything right, and everything kept getting worse. Following every line they drew, still ended up in reverse. Five pills lined up on the sink, one telling me what to think. Said give it time, you'll be okay. But I kept drifting further away. I was doing everything right, and everything kept getting worse. Gave them everything I had, still couldn't break that curse. Then one day I just let it go. Stopped chasing what I didn't know. Took one step, changed one thing, turned my back on everything. This is my why. North Dakota carnivore changed my life. Kept it simple, stripped it down, turned it all the way around. Lost the weight, cleared my mind, left that old road far behind. What I found was something true, did it myself, and so can you.
Well, I guess it did work. On my end, the screens were black. I pulled my live on my other screen over here, and it all played. Now it just all came back in like it should. So thankfully, it seems to be working. So today's Tuesday, 48 hours into my fast, and today was a harder day than it was yesterday. Yesterday was really easy, but today was just a little bit rougher. I did get much better sleep, and my heart rate variability in my resting heart rate recovered some. You can see Monday where it's down here in the red. That was at 14. I almost doubled my heart rate variability overnight. And then my resting heart rate came down, was at 2 or 3. So that's actually doing much better. And this is what it's been for the last month or so. 37 is the high, and then 14 was the low yesterday. But it had a big jump. The AI that does this stuff here for my watch told me yesterday to not do any workout, to rest. And then today it told me I should give it more time to recover. And I'm like, no. my heart rate variability came back up because of the workout, not because I was resting from it. So I did that today. My numbers didn't improve at all for my ketones and my blood sugars. Really, actually, my blood sugars did. They dropped really hard, but my ketones did not go up, which is crazy. So this morning they're at 90 for glucose and a 1.0 for my ketones. Terrible. And this afternoon I was at 66 and a 0.6 for whatever reason. I did it after my workout. My glucose came up to 79 and my ketones are up to a 0.8, which probably means my body did what it's supposed to do and made them both so that I had the energy to do what I needed to do. All right. And with that, I'm going to throw this up here on the screen. There you go, Brian. Want to make sure you know I put it up there for you. And Cindy was the first one in today. How you doing, Cindy? It's nice to see you in here. Followed by Brian. Good evening. How are you? It's great to see you. Jeff is in the house tonight. Jeff would be into his fast right now. So how many hours are you fasted now, Jeff? It'd be 24, 25? So you should be pretty good in that. Hey, there's Lynn. Nice to see you in here, Lynn. Everybody's saying hello. All right, so this is Slecko. Slack. Not the Slack that I normally talk to, but somebody new. It's nice to see you in here. How are you doing tonight? And Zeke Cajun. Good evening. How are you? Great to see you here. Carnivore Ron. Great to see you on the live tonight, Ron. How are you doing? Hey, Ron. Yeah, Jeff is 25 hours fasted. Frying up some bacon for tomorrow morning. That's what I like to hear. Oh, Lady T's in the house. Hello, Teresa. How are you doing tonight? It's great to see you in here. How have you been? I've missed seeing you in the Carnivore Quest chats. Part of that's because they haven't been on for the weekend. I was kind of bummed that I forgot that they weren't going to be on this weekend, and then it's kind of nice to have Larry on. Still saying hi. So, 24 hours in a fast. What do you expect normally to happen? Well, for me, generally, my ketones go up tremendously better. And from what I've been doing, it's just really odd that my ketones are so low and or as low as they are, and my glucose is still elevated. Shouldn't be. El Boogie, hey, you're new here. You learned about me through Jerome's channel. I appreciate you stopping in and saying hi. I love Jerome's channel. I know after I got off last night, I talked about Jerome on here, and as soon as I clicked on the Jerome's channel, he was on a rant last night. So, but Jerome's got a lot of good information. He's got a lot of information that helps people with their fasting. Maggie May, hello. It's nice to see you in here. You thought you'd drop in after hearing from Jerome that you had my own channel. I do. I don't usually talk about it on Jerome's channel out of courtesy, but I do. And I do talk about Jerome's channel on here. He's been a big help for me, so I appreciate you stopping by. Miss Slap a lot. How are you doing? It's nice to see you. Carver Ron is saying hi to everybody at one time. You're doing good trying to ignore the scale. I know I'm doing the right things. And that's the hard part. There's the scale can be something that lies to you. Because I know, like I myself, when I'm fasting, like now, if I drink too much water, if I step on the scale, it's going to show the water weight. And like when I finished my workout, I got my 16 ounces of raw element. It's actually over a pound of weight that I'm going to get from drinking that 16 ounces. And it's salty. The salt makes you hold on to the water. A gallon of water weighs 8.3 pounds per gallon. And so that comes out to just a little bit more than a pound for 16 ounces, or a little more than that for 16 ounces. So you really have to pay attention to what you're drinking when you're doing this. Because if you have stuff with salt in it, if you have stuff with sugars in it and stuff like that, it actually adds more weight to the drink. So I know this because I used to work in the oil field, and I used to have to. They called it mudding up. You added salt to the water to make it heavier. So with just regular salt, you can get up to 10 pounds a gallon, and it makes a big difference in your scale movement too. For the ketones to start working, I'm waiting for them to start working. I know they had to have done something when I was doing my workout because I didn't crash. I had energy. I actually did really good in the workout. I was really surprised, being at 48 hours and still being able to kick it like that. Jeff says, "Yeah, you're missing Larry's laugh." Yeah, he's very infectious. That's one of the things that I caught when I started watching him was his sense of humor, and he's just a very likable guy. They've had their struggles, and I've learned from their struggles. My wife and I have an anniversary coming up next week, and we already know that we're not going off plan because we know what happens when you do that. Everybody saying hi. I like that. Jerome from Finally Fasting, and it's what he does. He does fasting. He's been doing live streams recently, and he was monetized on YouTube. YouTube didn't like what he was doing, and they demonetized him. So now he does his YouTubes. He has donations. If you the first day is $5, second day is $10. If he gets $10 donations, he'll do another live. 15 for the next day, he'll do another live. And he's been doing that, so people are getting to see him again, and he's actually making something for spending his time on it. He also does lives on Patron. So if you are a $12 Patron member, on Wednesday nights he does another live where you can go on camera with him and talk to him one-on-one, and that's actually really useful too. You get to see some of the people in here and how they actually are doing, and it's nice to have. But yeah, actually, let me find his link. I don't think I have a widget for him yet. I should put a widget in here so that we can have it. See, yesterday he was actually on live while we were doing my show, so I put that into the chat so that everybody would be able to see it. But I'll put his in there right now. And I've learned a lot from Jerome. He's very knowledgeable. He's been doing it for over 1,000 days now. I think it's 1,017. So it's over 3 years that he's been doing this. My computer's not working with me. So I just put that in the chat and I pinned it. So I'll check him out tomorrow. He's going to be going live doing an accountability at some time tomorrow. And then he'll be doing his Patron tomorrow night. And then if he gets I think it's $25 that he needs for Thursday, if he gets that tomorrow night, then he'll be on again on Thursday, and so on. But I like Jerome. when he goes on his little tangents, because he does the same thing. He'll have a bad spell where he won't stream for a week or two, and he's out there. Aha! This is Slack. It's on his other account. Well, great to see you, Slack. I was like, man, I got two people that I know is Slack now. That's cool. All right, it's great to see you on here. But and then he comes back, and then he gets back into business, and he gets serious again. Way too many live streams at the same time. Yeah, Rick, it's been happening quite a bit, and I'm not sure if I'm gonna continue doing these live streams when I go to my alternate day fasting. I don't think I am going to. So there'll be one less to watch on Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday. I might still do some here and there on here, but not in general because it's getting kind of hard to make it home in time, do a workout, and relax enough to come on here and think clear. Brian says got a call from my cardiologist. He took me off the rest of my heart meds today. Congratulations. That is wonderful news. That just shows the power of a proper human diet right there. I'm telling you. Brian came off the rest of his heart medication with his cardiologist. Okay. That is absolutely amazing. Sorry about the misspell. What did you misspell? Oh, Miss Laugh a lot. Yeah, it happens. Yeah, it's awesome. Ron says I drink 3 to 4 bottles a day, so I usually take my weight after my first number one in the morning. Right, and I do too. But even then, you can retain enough if you have enough salt in this. You can retain enough of that water that it makes a difference. I've also noticed for myself, if I drink just one 16-ounce bottle of the element and one water, I'm all right. If I drink one element and 2 waters, I cramp. I'm flushing out the electrolytes. And I generally don't want to drink 2 of these a day. But I like chomping on the ice now, and I never used to like to do that either. That's weird. Aaron, how you doing? Nice to see you in here. Everybody saying hi. This is my 10th week in a row of doing the 72-hour fast. And when I do my refeeds, I refeed Wednesday night. I'll generally have something like a half a pound of ground beef or a couple eggs and 4 pieces of bacon. Generally less than 1,000 calories Wednesday night. Thursday, I'll eat another half pound of ground beef and then maybe another pound of a fatty meat. Friday is the same thing. It's about half a pound and a pound, so about a pound and a half of meat. Saturday, I've been doing a alternate day fast so I don't eat, and then Sunday, I'll have another light breakfast. I'll have a pound of ground beef or a steak for dinner, and then I'll have Kilt's ice cream, which is just the heavy cream and as clean as you can find it without the carrot diem or the gums in them. 1 egg and cinnamon, vanilla, or cacao, whatever I want. So it doesn't have the carbohydrates in it like the other stuff. And that seems to help me kick off my fast. Now, starting next week on Monday, I'm going to alternate day fasting. Actually, it'll start Saturday. So Saturday, I'm going to start alternate day fasting. Saturday, eat Sunday, fast on Monday, eat on Tuesday because Tuesday is my anniversary and I can't do that to my wife. But I've been doing these 72-hour fasts for the last 9 weeks to get my body used to doing the short fast like that. I did really good on 72-hour alternate day fasting back in January and February. And I stopped doing them and then I've struggled getting back to them and being able to do them. So I figured if I did some of these, I'd get used to it. And I got this idea from Dr. Boz. She had one of her clients that did this for 26 weeks, and he had really good results. And the last 2 weeks, though, my ketones and my blood sugars have not been where they should be. So last week, at this point, I was actually feeling really bad. I had no energy. I didn't do my workouts, but I've had plenty of energy. Just my ketones and my blood sugars seem to be a little bit low this time, or out of whack. Uncle Charlie, yo yo, what's up, Uncle Charlie? How you doing tonight? It's great seeing you here. How's the vacation going? YouTube permanently demonetized you? Well, I can't. What? Have you tried Streamlabs? Streamlabs has a different feature on there where you can put up our donations, kind of like the Buy Me a Coffee Bus, just donations. That's what Drone's been using on his live streams, and that's actually been working for him. YouTube doesn't control that part of it, so everyone's saying hi, Uncle Charlie, Rick. Yeah, why did they demonetize you, Rick? Yeah, Tuesdays are busy. You think it was for your duck cooking video? You got to be kidding me. You edited the video from catch, fattening, guillotine to kitchen, and they demonetized you for that? What's wrong with cooking a duck? Exactly. That's just crazy. Deja, happy Tuesday. It's great to see you here. Out at a school event, was worried about what they will be serving, but it's a burrito buffet. That's awesome. So we're still able to eat clean rice, beef, avocado, some salsa, and guacamole. That is amazing. We have something coming up for my work too. Actually, we have two things coming up. We have our end of summer picnic that we're going to be doing in 2 weeks. So that's everything's grilled, and it's ground beef burgers that they buy, beef hot dogs. They do have the black bean burgers and some other stuff for people who don't. I think they're going to have some chicken too. I'm not sure. But I'll be able to eat on that. And then when we do our hockey game, we have a catering that's done there, and it's like a burrito bar. So I can take and put the meats and the cheese and sour cream into a bowl, and I can have a bowl like that. It's actually pretty good. It's a good choice to be able to do something like that. Happy it worked out for you. Yeah, don't like the duck guillotine, but some of the stuff that they let people put on there is just ridiculous. You're not getting any notifications for him at all? Huh. John McLean? John, how are you doing today? Is that McLean? Or are you McLean from the Nakatomi building? Mr. Ducky is guilty of being delicious. I can see that. Uncle Charlie says they are at it again, eating pizza, ice cream, funnel cake, and you ate at 3 o'clock today. That's good. Can you dig it? Right? I wish I had that on here because I'd give him a can you dig it because that was actually really good. Yeah, Slick says everyone follow Jerome. He's a good guy. He is. He's got some great information on fasting, and You can learn a lot from Jerome. I absolutely agree. That's why I'll put his channel on this and leave it up there for people to find and check out. I usually don't crappy put a lot of salt on my steak and eggs. I do too. I don't know what happened. See, last week Sunday, I woke up 5 times overnight with cramps in my feet. That started my Monday out terrible. Couldn't get to sleep, or it just started the whole week all bad. Saturday night, I had the same thing. I got up 6 times with cramps on Saturday night, and the only thing I can think I wasn't doing that I normally do is I didn't have my salt like I normally do. When I'm at work and stuff, I have my 2 Redmond salt containers, and each of them has 7 grams of salt, and I'll go through at least one of them every day. And then Saturday, I don't think I had any extra salt. It makes a big difference. Carnivore Wayne, good evenings. Nice to see you. You're making food right now to break your fast. How many hours did you go, Slack? Congratulations. Hey, Larry's in the house. How you doing tonight, Larry? It's great to see you here. John, together strong, sharing experience, strength, and hope, one day at a time. It's what it's all about. One of the biggest things with this whole thing that we're doing on YouTube is sharing our experience, whether you're doing a carnivore diet like me and a lot of the people in here, if you're doing fasting like me and Slack and Deja and, oh, how did I forget your name already? Where'd she go? Margie May. Sorry. Um, Sharing our experience is what makes the whole thing worth it, and it really helps people out when you can come in here, you can chat, you can find information from people. It's a lot easier. Yeah, and Ron says I use Buy Me a Coffee. I haven't done any of that. I haven't even looked into any of it. Other than I did look at the Streamlabs that Jerome was using, just because I like some of the stuff that he was doing on the screen with it. Hey, Mason's in the house. How are you doing tonight? It's great to see you in here. Aaron sent it to you. Their delivery isn't the quickest. 7 to 10 days, usually good to hear. Okay, I missed something on that one. You're laughing. They're eating salads at the beach. Salad at the beach is hot. That's can't be good, is it? I mean, really? Aaron says I have Buy Me Coffee. No one has clicked on it yet. See, that was one of the things I'd forget to put up on the screen all the time. All right, so I didn't do it last night. I think Aaron's waiting for the professor to come out and give a talk. I'm gonna I'm gonna do the 24-hour slideshow here. Show what this is normally what I experience when I am fasting. 24 to 48 hours of a fast, deep ketosis, growth hormone, and early autophagy. Continuing the physiology walkthrough for someone 2 years in a strict carnivore, zero carbohydrate diet, deep into a 72-hour fast. So 24 to 48 at a glance, ketosis deepens, glycogen depleted, Growth hormone peaks and autophagy ramps up. Um, Ketosis deepens. Beta hydroxybutyrate keeps climbing past where your typical carnivore diet holds it day to day. Insulin hits its lowest point of the fast so far, keeping hormone sensitive lipase fully active. Fat mobilization from adipose tissue is now the dominant fuel source more than any point in the 0 to 24 hours. So, and being fat adapted, your brain is likely drawing a large share of energy from ketones rather than from the glucose, or rather than from somebody that's newer to this. So the fat mobilization is at its peak, lowest insulin of the fast so far means lipolysis is running at its most active point yet. Wait, all right. Glycogen essentially depleted. Liver glycogen, already low normal going in, is now fully exhausted. Glucose output shifts almost entirely to gluconeogenesis, built from amino acids and from glycerol and lipolysis. And that's where I was getting my energy from in my workout, was from the gluconeogenesis. Your gluconeogenic pathway ways are already well practiced from daily carnivore life. So this transition is smooth. No blood sugar dips or lethargy, the kind of habitual high carb eater might feel in this window. The gluconeogenesis from amino acids and glycerol becomes the sole source of blood glucose, a pathway you already use daily. So the growth hormone at this level peaks. Growth hormone secretion tends to peak in roughly this window. Some research suggests several fold increases over baseline. This helps spare lean tissue by pushing your metabolism. Sorry, having a struggle. It was real. By pushing your metabolism further toward fat oxidation. Reduce reliance on amino acids from glucose production, protecting muscle. Norepinephrine continues its mild rise. Resting energy expenditure stays stable, not down. No metabolic slowdown yet. Growth hormone is several fold increase. Growth hormone secretion tends to peak in this window, shifting fuel use toward fat and sparing lean tissue. The autophagy ramps up, cellular breakdown and recycling of damaged proteins and organelles becoming meaningfully more active. Driven by the combination of low insulin, low mTOR activation, and rising glucagon. It's a gradual dial-up, not a switch. But by hour 48, it's clearly more engaged than at hour 24. Cellular cleanup is engaged, low insulin, low mTOR, and rising glucagon combined with meaningful upregulated autophagy in this window. What's different for you in this window? More efficient protein sparing. No years of insulin resistance to fight. Gluconeogenesis and ketones are already smooth, well-worn pathways, so less muscle protein gets sacrificed for glucose need. 2 years of fat adaptation means ketogenic enzyme machinery is already upregulated, so BHB rises more efficiently than in someone new to carb restriction. And ghrelin tends to follow a cyclical pattern rather than climbing steady. Many people report hunger easing further in this window rather than intensifying. And then the electrolyte drift is what you got to worry about. And you have to pay attention to your electrolytes in this at each level, because if you have fatigue, it's often one of the first signs of the sodium drift. Headache can signal sodium or magnesium, and muscle cramps, classic potassium magnesium signals. So with that, that's one of the things that you have to pay attention to when you're doing this stuff here. So there you go, Aaron. The professor came out. Had to do it. So it makes a difference when you're fat adapted as to how quickly you can get into ketosis and what level of ketosis you can get into. And what frustrates me right now is because mine has not been cooperating with me. So. Mason says she's going to go buy you a coffee in a few minutes. Aaron, 17 hours. Awesome. That's still a really good fast. And it's not a problem. I did really good when I was doing OMAD, and I was doing basically an 18.6. I did 24, more like. I did really well on that when I first started doing that. And I was losing a lot of weight to begin with. And Jeff says, nice, Leck. Yeah, Professor X. Oh, because of my bald head? I know it's not because of the wheelchair. I don't have that cool wheelchair that he has. So, how's everybody else doing on their fast? Jeff is in his fast. He's doing good on his ADF. Select is getting ready to break his at 17. Deja, how are you doing on yours? Or you ate at the school function, so you broke your fast. Are you going back into a fast now? And see, Brian, you're doing the sardine egg fast right now, correct? How's that going? Have a great night, John. Thank you for stopping in. I appreciate it. Oh, better check your buy me coffee link, Aaron. Yeah, this is actually my 9th one in a row. So I've done it for 9 weeks in a row. Actually, one of the easiest things I've done. It's been pretty easy doing these fasts. So I do like the 72-hour fast. They're quick. They're fairly simple for somebody that's used to doing it. And for whatever reason, I had a hard time doing 36-hour fast. But I could do a 72-hour fast. I could do a 5-day fast. I could do a 7-day fast. But 36 hours, my mind wouldn't let me do it. But now that I've done this for 9 weeks in a row, starting Sunday or Saturday, I'm going to do alternate day fasting. See if I can get kicked off into that for a couple of months to do that, because I felt really good doing alternate day fasts. 36 hours, eat twice a day, smaller meals, but they were really good. And Brian says he's good. He thinks you're about 50 hours. Awesome. That's a good fast. Link isn't working on her phone. Not sure why it's not clickable. Yeah. And you are able to do a longer fast, but you need to work on consistency. When I'm not fasting, I do OMAD, low carb. Awesome. And that's actually one of the biggest helps for me that's actually how I started getting into fasting, was eating low carb or a carnivore diet. And fasting just came naturally. One day I wasn't hungry when I got up, so I didn't eat breakfast. I was planning on eating lunch. I was going to have my wife bring me something. Wasn't hungry at lunchtime. I got home and I'm like, I'm not hungry. I'm just going to wait till tomorrow and see if I'm hungry then. And that was my first 36-hour fast. So I think one of the biggest helps with the low carb dieting, whether you're eating vegetables or not, is getting the right amount of fat. I think that makes a big difference too. So if you're I recommend everybody track their calories for at least a month to see where they're at. And if you're having trouble losing weight or you're having trouble gaining weight, because this will work for gaining weight too, you have to look at your macros to see what you're eating, and you can make adjustments to your macros to try to make it work better. Aaron's going to figure it out. Yeah, I think it was just a mental block that I had on the 36-hour fast Slack, and that's why I wanted to do these 72 hours to get used to doing them, every week. Now I've done 9 of them in a row. I've done the alternate day fasting on the Saturdays or the Fridays, except for this last one. So I've done that with it also, and it's kind of got my mind into not having trouble doing this. And Brian's going until Saturday on his sardine egg fast. Awesome. Yeah, and you don't need to track it for a long time, and you can track it for a couple of weeks, and from there you can tweak it just a little bit to see where you need to go. Some people that are heavier, their fat stores are maxed out, so if they eat a high fat diet, they're not going to lose weight because they have nowhere to store the fat that their body's getting now. And if you listen to Jenny Middich, she talks about the lipotoxicity, and that's one of the things that people eat a lower fat, like 60% of the calories coming from fat, makes a difference, and that's what her husband had to do. But they wouldn't have known this without the tracking. She does a lot of testing too. Ron says he's still on OMAD. He made the mistake this week. It cost me some weight loss. He had some meatballs and did not check the label. They had so many carbs, wheat and rice fillers. Ooh, yes. You do have to pay attention to that, especially if you're buying prepackaged ones. They're not good at all. The baked meatballs had been in the fridge for 3 years, and I wanted to make room. Sometimes that garbage can is just as good as your belly. It can be. All right, Mason. Looks like Aaron figured out what was going wrong with it. So you can go give his channel a shout. That's another one, too. Aaron, the carnivorous guy, check out his channel. He's got a good channel. He's got some good cooking videos on there. Got some good reviews. If you like sardines, he's got some good sardine reviews on there. So he's got some great information. So does Carnivore Ron. Charge of Mopar Rick. And who else has a channel on here? John Together Strong. Right? That's not good. It sucks when they do that. They sneak that stuff into your food. Meatballs should be meatballs. That's all it should be in there. Aaron says my most recent video should be updated in the description. I have to use laptop to fix it permanently. Yeah, you'll lose them back. It's not a big deal. It's just a little bit of water weight that got retained because you had the carbohydrates. And Maggie says, I have a problem with consistency. I do really good for a while, and I can't seem to fast anymore. And I'm with you on that. That's what was happening. I did those 2 months of the ADF, and I got down to my lowest weight, and I felt great. And then I don't know why I stopped doing ADF. And then when I tried to go back into ADF, I couldn't get back into it. I could do a 5-day fast. I did a couple of 7-day fasts, and I just maintained my weight. It didn't really go down much, but from February until end of May, I'd gained 22 pounds. And since then, what day was it? On the 5th of August, I was back down to 205. Last week, I stopped my fast early. My weight rebounded up to 210, and it has stayed there. I haven't gained any, I haven't lost any. But hopefully, I can go down a pound or so, or if not, hopefully I just stay where I'm at right now, and I'd be fine with that too. And then go into the ADF because that works. And that's one of the reasons why I did the 72s. I know I can do 72s. And if I figured if I can be consistent with the 72s, I'll be able to get into the ADFs then. But consistency is key. You don't have to be perfect. You just have to be consistent. Well, as once I told Donna Ray I would watch her interview with Carnivore Explained tonight. I'll see you guys later. Oh, that's starting here in a minute. So I'm going to let everybody go so they can all go over to Bacon Runner's channel, Donna Ray, and watch her interview. It's been 45 minutes. It's the top of the hour. Yeah, you forgot that was tonight. We'll have to. I'm close to the goal. I still have weight to lose. I'm still at 210, so I'm 10 pounds away from being at my goal. My next goal, anyway. Getting there. You're on the keto cookout at 8:30. Awesome. If I'm still awake, I might stop by and say hi to you guys there too. So, Donna Ray, Bacon Runner. She's doing an interview right now with Carnivore Explainer. Is that how it is? I got to come over here and look at Donna's channel. My computer's being really slow. I don't have a notification that she's even on right now. What the heck? Are you sure it's on tonight? I don't know. Tuesdays are super busy nights. They are. All right. So she is on. I think. I don't know if something happened to her, but Dean's on. So there's a link to it. Check out their interview. And with that, I am going to call it a night. You guys have a great night. I'll be back tomorrow night doing the same thing at the same time. And it might be the last regular 72-hour fast meeting like this here. I might do some other ones coming up here too. But I'll think about that and I'll talk about that a little bit more tomorrow. So I appreciate everybody stopping by. Have a great night, and we'll talk to you all later.
Fix what I couldn't see. Eating clean, playing my part. Still something breaking inside my heart. I was doing everything right, and everything kept getting worse. Following every line they drew, still ended up in reverse. Five pills lined up on the sink, one telling me what to think. Said give it time, you'll be okay. But I kept drifting further away. I was doing everything right, and everything kept getting worse. kept it simple, stripped it down, turned it all the